Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something super exciting. I made a Colourpop purchase about a week and a half ago. Every couple months or so, Colourpop will stick its little fingers in my wallet and just pull out a certain amount of money, and then they'll send me stuff. I have no control over it, I'm sorry. So I did take a look at it. I did open it, but I didn't actually pull anything out. Obviously I know what I ordered, but I haven't actually taken a look at any of the products, so I thought I'd do that on camera today. So I'm just gonna quickly start. Oh, first off, I already have my base products, my eyes, my eyebrows on, but I know I have like a blush, a highlight, and like a lipstick, so I'll try those on afterwards after I pull everything out. On my eyes today, I have the Alma palette by Amy Hertz Beauty. Unfortunately, my palette, a couple of the shades came broken, so I can't hold it up to show you, but I have talked to them about sending out a replacement, so hopefully if you're interested in this look, that palette may or may not still be available, but it's really, really nice. So if you see any glitter fall out all over my face, it's because I didn't use a glitter glue, because I was not expecting the shades to be that kind of intense and glittery, but that is what is on my face today. So quickly, we'll just get into this little Colourpop haul. So first off, I did want to try a couple of the Fourth Ray Beauty. Yeah, their skincare company, sister company. I have one of their face milks, but that's about everything I've tried from them, and I have heard good things. So this winter my skin has just been really, really disgustingly dry for some reason. Like, I have oily skin, but it just feels like all the moisture has been sucked out of my face. So I wanted to purchase this. This is the Soak It Up Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Mask. So I will probably try this tonight. I have heard really good things about their avocado mask and their masks in general, so I wanted to get a hydrating one. So that's the first thing. I haven't tried it. Actually, haven't tried any of this stuff, obviously. But that is probably the most exciting thing in here, at least for me. I mean, obviously, everything else is exciting, but because I haven't really tried any of their skincare stuff, I am excited to see if it's good, because it is really, affordable. So next, this is the blush. Oh, these are actually both blushes. I got two of the ones from the Disney Designer Collection. So let me see if I can open these up. Okay, so the first one I got is the Rapunzel one. It's called Floating Lights, and it's kind of like a soft cool tone pink, which I don't have a lot of cool tone pinks in my blush collection, and I actually really do like a cool tone pink, especially with cooler tone looks like this, so I might use this one today. But honestly, I think for 2020 I am gonna stop buying blushes, just because I've never hit pan. I've never used up an entire blush, so I should probably get in and start using the ones I have. But these were just so pretty, and I really wanted to try them out. This one is the Tiana one. This is Kissin' a Frog, and I thought this color was really, really gorgeous for every day. It's kind of like a rosy terracotta looking thing. It's pretty unique to my collection, and I just thought it was cute, and I love the packaging. So I basically just got the princesses that I like the most. So I do, let's see, I'm supposed to have another one in here, but it's a highlight. Let me find that. Oh, that's why. It's because I got the Zero to Hero little collection. So I got this because it has the highlighter I wanted, as well as one of the Luxe liquid lipsticks, I think they're called. So this is Hercules or Megara. So there's that. And I did want to try this formula because I have heard good things about it, and I really like the packaging. It's got that glittery cap. And I basically just got this because I wanted her, and so I was like, it's a good, it's a nice color for the lipstick. So that is the lipstick that I'm going to be trying on today. And then this is the highlight. It's called Big Tough Girl, and it's like a nice soft little purpley number. I thought it was really pretty, and I have kind of like a purpley blue eye look on today, so that should go well. So there's that. That's all the Disney designer stuff I got. And then I guess I can talk about this. I got a build your own palette little deal. So you pick 24 of their like single eyeshadows, and then you pick a palette and you get that for like $40 or something. So I wanted to do this because I think it's really fun and interesting. Plus, look at this palette, super cute. So I'm not going to show you all the individual shades. What I'm going to do is put all the colors in the palette in a nice aesthetically pleasing layout, and then I'll show you kind of what that looks like at the end. But a couple other things that I got 2 more of the Monochromatic 9-pan palettes. If you know Colourpop at all, you should know about these. They're really, really interesting and really popular, really trendy. You see them everywhere, and I'm stupid, so I basically just buy them all. Although I haven't placed the Colourpop order in like several months, so I wanted to get these two because I think they're the newest one. This one's definitely the newest. And then I wanted to get this one. It's really unique, and I do think this adds something to my collection that I don't necessarily already have. I don't have a lot of like cool tone palettes or even like smokier palettes. Mostly, despite the fact that I have like a smoky on right now, I don't really do a lot of smoky looks. So I don't tend to gravitate towards palettes like this, but I thought it was really, really unique. It's really cute and affordable, and I purchased tickets for a My Chemical Romance concert in October. So I think this is going to be kind of my go-to palette for that. But also I do just want to use the colors beforehand. Obviously, if I'm ever doing like something smoky and I want it to be more neutral and like black and gray, I will go for this. But yeah, I do think this is adding something new to my collection. I think they changed the name of this. I think it was called like Smoke Show before, but now it says Blow and Smoke. I think they did change it because I did look on Colourpop for this like maybe a month or 2 ago, and it wasn't on there. I couldn't find it. I found like all the other kind of like Super Shocks and like eye products that they released when they released this palette, but I couldn't find the palette itself. So it was really weird, and yeah, I think they did change the name of this, but it's still the same colors. It's still really, really pretty. Very interesting, very unique. And I was looking for this, or looking for something like this in October when I was doing more like Halloween makeup. I did like a vampire look, and yeah, I was looking for like different like cool tones and like smoky tones and stuff like that. And I did have to dip into like a couple different palettes to find things that were roughly what I wanted. But I feel like if this had come out sooner and I had it on hand, this is absolutely something I would have used for that look. So I do think it's really interesting and fun and adding something new. So there's that. It's the Blow and Smoke palette now. And then the Mint to Be, I got this one because I do really like green eyeshadow. And I think these are really, really pretty. These kind of have something that the Just My Luck palette didn't. These kind of like softer liney colors. I don't know, I did like the Just My Luck palette, but I did feel like there was something missing from it, and so I do think this is kind of like a good addition to their range. It's really, really pretty. And I have heard really good things about it. I know for most people who have any sort of like color to their skin, it's difficult to use pastel shades because unless you're using like a really, really pigmented pastel, which is kind of like an ironic phrase, like most pastels are really soft and like kind of chalky, and they like tend to be a little patchy and just blend away. If you're like trying to add more color, they'll just kind of blend into nothing. So I think for a lot of us with deeper skin, it's hard to find pastels that are really like worth it. And I have tried the Morphe 35i palette, and I am kind of having issues with that one just because it is a little more, again, like on the chalky kind of like soft, very like easy to blend away into nothing kind of a formula. I am working with it. I'm trying to use different bases and see which one works best. But pastels are just really, really tricky, but I have heard extremely good things about this from like people of color who have used it and think you know, it does show up and it is worth picking up if you like these kind of like minty greens. All right, and then lastly, other than the individual eyeshadows that I have in here, but I will come back to show you what that palette ends up looking like. I did pick up one thing from Soul Body. Soul Beauty isn't anything that I've tried before, but I have seen them come out with really, really stunning collections. I'm not one to really wear a lot of like body makeup, but it is getting a little warmer here. Yesterday I went to the beach and it was pretty nice, and I did go ahead and like rub some of the like Anastasia Sun Dipped glow kit on my like chest and arms and stuff like that. So I do like to have something like that. Honestly, I think the idea of making like specifically body highlighters is kind of gimmicky because you can use just whatever face highlighters and just put it on your body. But I did think this was a really nice color. This is the Pink Champagne face and body highlight, and it's like this nice shiny rose gold, so it's like a pink with a gold shift in it, and I don't really have anything like this in my collection. Ooh, that's really nice. I don't know if you can see that swatch, but that's really yeah, it's really pretty. It is a little bit glittery, so I'm not sure how nice it would look on cheeks, especially me, because I have a lot of texture on my cheeks. I don't really mind a shimmery highlight or a glittery highlight. I do like them in some aspects, but I wouldn't use this like every day, I don't think. It might be a really nice as like a blush topper as well, because it has that pink to it. But I am interested to see what else they do. And I really like the idea of these like really big, thin, like compacts, because they're really nice for like traveling, because you can just take this and let's do a little ASMR, a little oddly satisfying moment. Okay, ooh, just like that. Okay, and now it's stuck in there. There we go. Okay, so I do like the idea of this because it won't take up a lot of space in like a travel makeup bag, but you can use this mirror to do your whole face because it's big enough. So I do like that. I probably won't purchase very many other things from Soul Body because it all kind of seems like it's many products that serve the same purpose, which is like shimmering body skin. So I do like the idea, but I feel like they didn't really have to create an entire like sister company to do this. They could have just had this range throughout Colourpop's own stuff. So I don't really understand it, but I mean, I am looking forward to using this, so maybe I'll just demo it right now. For my body makeup, I tend to take like a big fluffy kabuki, and this will fit really nicely into this pan, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of that. It's kind of like a, I don't know, it seems kind of like a Super Shock formula because this brush isn't picking up a lot. It doesn't really feel like one when I put my fingers in it, but yeah, this brush isn't picking up that much. But let's see, I'll go ahead and dust it here. And then let me see. Okay, yeah, that's nice. I think because this one is like rose gold, it does give kind of like a pinky tint to the skin. So it almost looks like I'm a little sunburnt, but that can be cute. I don't know. It's nice. It is very glittery, so I do think this is going to be obviously more of like a body product. You can use it for the face, but if you don't like a glittery highlight, I would probably stay away from this. So there is that. Quickly, before I go ahead and put my like build your own palette together, I am going to demo the face, or the like face and lip products. So I do think I'm gonna do Floating Lights, which is the lighter of the two blushes. So let me grab a blush brush real quick. So I have a blush brush and Floating Lights, and I'm just gonna dip into that, tap off the excess. It is a little powdery, but I don't mind that because that usually means it's pretty pigmented, and I like a pigmented blush. I know not everybody does, but I tend to prefer that. So I'm just gonna, ooh, and this will go with my like cool toned eyes. I'm just gonna dab that on the cheeks. I'm not sure if you can tell. Brush it backwards. Oh yeah, okay, that's nice. It's not too pigmented. It's not like you're gonna pick up too much accidentally, especially if you're like tapping off your brush. I do think this is like a subtle enough color, at least on my skin, where it's not gonna be too crazy. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit more and pop that on my nose bridge. And if you see this, I have like a little scar right here. It's not a hickey, it looks like one, and I should have covered it up, but I've been having these weird like allergic reactions where like my neck and chest get really itchy, and I've been like scratching. I feel like this right here is like a hot spot because I always like scratch right there, and I know it's really bad, and I'm like totally tearing up my skin, but I promise it's not a hickey. It just, unfortunately, it really looks like one. So I'm gonna start covering that up, but okay. Yeah, I really like that blush. It is, oh, I have so much glitter fallout from this eyeshadow, but other than that, it looks really smooth on the skin. It doesn't really have like any glow or sheen to it. Let me swatch. Okay, yeah, so this is just, it's a matte blush. You can see it right there. I'll swatch it on my hand. So it is pretty matte. It is really, it feels like thin and kind of powdery. There's no like sheen or glow or shimmer to it. I tend to like that, but it's not like a must-have in my blushes. I just prefer it just because it looks nicer on the skin. It kind of melts in with my already like usually glowier foundations and things like that, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna take Big Tough Girl, and I'm gonna swatch that first. This is less powdery. I'll swatch it here. Ooh, that's pretty. Like that. You can see it is, I don't know, it feels creamier to the touch. It does kind of blend into the skin. So let me grab a highlight brush and then I'll put that on. Okay, I'm gonna use this AOA Studio F19 brush. Gonna dip into that a couple times, tap off the excess, and then pop that on. Okay, this one is very subtle. I do it on the other side. Yeah, this is pretty subtle. There's no sparkle or like shimmer to it really. It just kind of like a purpley glow, which is really nice because I find that a lot of colorful highlighters tend to have like a shimmer to them or like even glitter. So it's nice to find like a smoother texture to a colorful highlight. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Yeah, that's really nice. And while I'm here, I'm just gonna try this on my face and see how we like that. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, as I suspected, it's pretty glittery. It's pretty full on. You could probably build it up to be blinding. I'm just gonna do like a softer layer on the skin, but it's actually not that bad. I feel like if you blend it in enough, those like bigger particles tend to like flick off with your brush, but it has more of a texture than that the purple one, the Big Tough Girl, but it's not as glittery as I thought it would be. So you could definitely get away with using this as a face highlight, especially if you have like no texture on your skin. I think it'd be really nice, but I do think it's one of those like kind of more intense ones that you would wear to like New Year's Eve or to like a party or a rave or something like that. Do people still go to raves? I don't know. Anyway, I do really like the color of this, that like rose gold. Oh, gorgeous. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going to try on the Luxe Liquid Lipstick. This is in the color Wonder Boy. It's kind of like a, I don't know, mauve-y, pinky, fuchsia thing. but I've heard really, really good things about this formula. I am wearing a little bit of like the So Juicy plumping gloss right now, and if you have ever used one of these, you know it's basically impossible to get off of your lips after it's on. So I'm not even gonna attempt to take it off. I'm just gonna put this on over. Okay, I really like this. First of all, I think it has a very, very soft scent to it. Nothing like obvious, but when you're putting it on, you can kind of smell. I actually do like this color more than I thought I would. Maybe not with this eye look, but it's not bad. And when you're putting it on, it honestly feels like you're not putting anything on at all. It's really, really lightweight. I know just by watching other people's reviews that it's supposed to dry down mostly matte, but I don't know how well it's going to dry down on top of that gloss, but I don't hate it. I actually really, really like it. I am more of a fan of like really lightweight lip products, so like lip glosses, lip balms, like tinted lip products. The ultra blotted lips are really nice. Even back in the day before they discontinued them, the original like blotted lip crayon kind of things, those are really nice. The what are they called? The Just a Tint lip crayons, these are really nice. So I do like something that's gonna wear off like naturally, like completely, or at least like evenly. I don't like when lip products are like you're like eating something and it wears off in the center and then you have like the outline of your lips still on. Not a big fan of that. But yeah, it feels really, really lightweight. It's kind of moussey in texture. It does feel like it has a little bit more substance on like when you're feeling it on your lips compared to like the ultra blotted lips, because I feel like those are kind of like a softer, more liquidy texture, and once you put it on it kind of soaks in. This doesn't feel like it's necessarily soaking in, but again, that could just be because I have a lip product underneath. For my own preferences, this would probably go in the middle of my lips if I'm wearing like a nude for like an ombre, or I would use this color for the majority of my lips and then take like a dark brown liquid lip type of product and put that in the center of my lips for an ombre. So I am gonna go ahead and show that. I'm just gonna take, this one is from Colourpop. It was one of their like older ones that came in a holiday collection. This is called Embellish. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, run it on the inside. Do this a little bit. Okay, for something more like this, so you can still see that kind of pinky Wonder Boy color showing through, but it's not quite as like intense. It's more like of a grungier kind of look. And I said I don't really like ultra matte lips. Like on their own, I would never kind of like put them all over my lips and just be done with it. Oh, no way. But even with putting that ultra matte lip on top of this, you can't really feel it. So I feel like either the lip gloss that I was wearing or this kind of acts as a barrier, which is kind of nice. So far I am very impressed with this. So now that's all the products I have to show on my face. I'm gonna go ahead and put my individual eyeshadows into that palette, and then I'll show you the finished look of that at the very end. Okay, I'm back. I put all my shades in the palette, and so this is what it looks like. As I've said plenty of times before, I tend to like more colorful shadows. I think there's a lot more you can do with colorful shadows in terms of like formulation and like glitter and stuff like that. Obviously there's like still glittery like neutral browns and stuff like that, but I like to go towards more shimmery things. So this is what my palette looks like. There's actually quite a few in here that have like a duochrome shift to them, which I thought is really interesting because I feel like there's not so many, you don't hear about duochromes that much in Colourpop shadows, especially in like their palettes. There's not a lot of times where someone's like pointing out a duochrome, so that's fun to see in this palette. There's this one right here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell, but it kind of changes from like a pink to an orangey gold. This one up here, this dark blue, is like a blue to purple shift. And then this one right here is like a green brown. So those are really, really pretty. I'm excited to use those and just use this palette in general. These obviously might get put in different palettes because they're singles, so they're easy to move around, and I like the ability to like move my favorite shades into one palette and have that all together, and like you can make so many different color stories. So although it looks like this, they might get switched around into different palettes. Yeah, I'm excited about my haul. I got a really nice variety of things. I like this lip. It still feels really, really nice even with that matte liquid lipstick over it. That completes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments if you picked up anything from Colourpop recently or what you have your eye on from their new releases, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.